Happy Halloween, everyone, from Jazz. Now, this video is a redo video. I have a video already up for Halloween, but it's blocked in 248 countries. This is going to be explained in the narration of the next one. I'm going to do, hopefully, a YouTube-friendly video, but I am keeping the other video up for those two countries, or one country, who can watch it, and for myself. I don't care if I get the money for it, as long as it can be watched somewhere and I have something for you guys. So this could be kind of the censored version of it, only it's going to be more a review, which I'm kind of glad I had to redo it, in a way. This will be the one I'm more proud of, even without all the video footage. So, I hope you guys enjoy this video, because I did work what I could on it. I will see you later. What's up, friends? This is Jazz. Happy Halloween. This is going to be a YouTube-friendly Halloween special because the one I uploaded is blocked in 248 countries, which I believe is only 2 countries are not blocked. So, yeah. This is going to be more of a base review and opinion on the show, on the Rugrats episode of Candy Bar Creepshow, rather than a reaction. And it'll show visual pictures and not audio or visual. I'm going to still keep my old video up for Canadian viewers, and for myself. I don't care if I get money. I just want something every one of my viewers can see. So anyway, we start in the Rugrats home as Dee Dee is carving a pumpkin. But we don't know it's Dee Dee at first, because all we see is a pumpkin being carved. And it's horrifying music being played while that is happening. Yeah, I don't know what that would make kids feel. Because, I'm sure as kids it was sort of suspenseful. And well, not horrifying, but suspenseful. To me, I could make fun of that. It isn't all that creepy to me, but it is a little. I could see how kids would find that a little creepy. But really, the most creepy thing about that scene is Dee Dee's face. Now, you might not see a visual here. I'm just going to warn you for the video. I might be talking over different pictures because I can't get the video footage without getting copyrighted or blocked in countries. But anyway, after all that is over, Tommy and his friends talk about the creepiness going on, like the adults are acting all weird, like around this time. And to learn from Angelica that today is Halloween, which is obviously the baby's first Halloween, because they never heard of it. And Angelica goes on all her little dancing spree, talking about reptar bars, and be fair, the creepiest thing in the movie, or in the episode. Yeah, you know I'm being half-assed about that, but Angelica is horrible. A horrible performer. Trust me. You won't be able to see it because it's probably blocked in your country, but in my original video, my reaction is there of her dance performance. Talking about reptar bar. Not only that, he rips the wrapper off, but if you think of it in another way, she rips his skin off. Not only that, after the whole song, she bites the head of Reptar off to show her green tongue. All of that to me is just a little creepy. It's a little creepy. To kids, it probably would be a little more if they really think about it. But I suppose when you're mature enough to really know the opposite of what could be going on, you can't help but think that way. Oh, after all that, the adults are going there, making their haunted house, talking about things where Dee Dee doesn't think the baby should be in there, but she thinks Angelica would be mature enough. Yeah, right. But, as I said, like, Angelica already said that she could go trick-or-treating, because her daddy said so, and originally, Drew thought when Dee Dee said the baby, she said, I already promised Angelica she could come. That's, like, when Dee Dee said, I guess she might be mature enough. But anyway, realistically, guys, the set of the haunted house isn't that bad. Maybe to young, small kids it might be, but when I look at it, in reality, I made, like in the other video I made, which again, you guys won't see unless you're from Canada, I made a overreacted reaction to it, but even I said then, it's not that bad. Really, if you're an adult and you see that perception, haunted house is harmless enough. It has great eyeballs, a big skull with a big skull border, like the eyeballs behind a big skull border. There's a skeleton. There's spaghetti worms. Yes, it might be disgusting, but it's more disgusting than scary. That is until the babies do decide to come in. But anyway, before I go on to all that, the kids are watching the babies are watching the other kids go in, and they suddenly scream. Then their kids are out there running and holding Reptar bars. The babies think, well, if they scream, they'll get them too, which goes to a big crying scene where the adults think the other kids are scaring them, so they put the blinds down and just go. That they find out that doesn't work, so Tommy thinks they have to scream inside the haunted house. And that's where the babies decide to go in. They unnoticeably, well, the dog notices him, but he just doesn't care. That's why cool like that. They sneak out, go into the haunted house. This is where things get interesting. Not long after the babies go into the haunted house, like they're going around, Chucky finds his fun mirror, and he's, well, to me it looks cool. To him it makes him sick, we'll just say. Or makes him feel sick. Tommy is playing with the eyeballs, squishing the eyeballs, where Phil and Lil are like, worms! Obviously with the spaghetti worms, they're having their fun. Suddenly a group of kids come where Angelica's with this group. They realize that and they run to hide. But the funny thing is that Phil and Lil go behind the mirror with spaghetti on their head after playing in it. Chucky trips over the rope holding the skeleton, which makes his feet control the skeleton and brings it down. Tommy knocks into one of the curtains, and it goes on him, and he looks like a ghost. And, well, that is all done. They go in once Angelica and her group, whatever it is, I don't know their names, just a group of kids go in after they get the Reptar bars. And then Tommy tells the rest of the babies, okay, guys, scream. They start screaming, then Angelica looks and sees these two zombie babies in the mirror. Then, like, she runs, then she sees the skeleton falls on her. Then she knocks into the thing and notices the eyeballs. And then finally she runs and she sees Tommy's ghost, and just, not only that, she sees the ghost, and then, oh right, not only that, the Grandpa's mask, which I forgot to bring, he wears a mask at the beginning when the adults are setting up, falls onto Chucky, and, oh no, no, that doesn't happen there. I can't really remember that part, but I know she runs out, and then, okay, no, now I know what happened. She runs, like, after she the ghost, and then Grandpa has his mask on, and comes, what is going on, or whatever, and she sees him wearing the mask, and she's like, ah! Runs out, and he takes the mask off, and then he sees everything Angelica's seen, like the zombies, the ghosts, whatever, and then he drops the mask, lands on Chucky. Chucky walks out, because guess he's so small, the mask covers him completely, like, in this universe anyway. He sees the mask moving by himself, and he runs out. And all after this, the babies go with the Reptar bars, big bags of treats, and goes back into the house. So, in other words, everyone else is none the wiser. And then it ends with Angelica, well, Grandpa Lou mainly, complaining about what they saw inside. Drew, Angelica's father, and Stu, obviously, like the main father, Tommy's father, are laughing at Grandpa, where Angelica goes, she did see a ghost, and everything in her costume was wrecked, and she just keeps going, she wants her Reptar bar, because I guess it's been stolen by the babies. Guys, morally, this episode was campy fun. It can be creepy. There's some things now that I look back are a little creepy, but they're not really scary. Like, there were a few scenes like Stu and Dee Dee dressing up as Frankenstein, I guess, and his either a vampire or Frankenstein's wife. I mean, I think they have been Frankenstein and his wife. The only thing I could notice is that Dee Dee put vampire things or teeth in it, her mouth, or false teeth. So she might have been some type of vampire as well, but she had the hair of Frankenstein's wife. I have no idea, bride. I have no idea. But I mean, I think one of the creepiest things in it were Grandpa wearing that mask. Now that, if you were a small child, would scare the living crap out of you. The screaming from time to time might scare you, and I was a little over dramatic with that Angelica dancing scene, but come on, everyone loves making fun of Angelica, and that is a little scary. Or just more uncomfortable, is what it was. But reality, this is a good scare for young kids. And it even startled me a few times. But it was really well done. It was really funny. I love the fact that in the Rugrats in general, the babies misinterpret things, they see things differently than everyone else does. So the smallest things to the adults are huge adventures to the babies. I'm actually glad I have to redo this in a way, do another video, because I was able to represent this video more in this than I did in the other. Yes, the other had footage, but it didn't have as much personality. And I got to think back and really think of what I had to say about this video when I sat down and narrated it. As I said, very funny, would be a decent scare for small children. We'll just say it does show the Halloween spirit. As I said, I'm an adult, so it isn't supposed to be a kid's show, maybe with some adult humor. We'll say I liked it okay. I've seen better, but it does what it's supposed to do for a Halloween episode. Gives minor scares and suspense, and also shows comedy at the same time. Well, guys, thank you for watching this Halloween special, hopefully broadcasted in your country. I will see you in my next video. Bye!